And welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pollock, host for today's show. With me today, we've got a full house today. Robin Flincham, who is one of my longest friends. I don't want to say oldest because as we get older, we don't want to use that word. But we've known each other since, what, 1999? Yes. From Tecopa. You've lived there all the time also?
All that time.
Yes. And that was my best years were out in Tecopa too, believe me. But we're going to be talking about something called Summer Story Camp with the 4-H in town here. And the person to tell us about that is Robin. And you're the overseer of that? You're leading that group?
I'm the leader of the 4-H Wordplay Cafe Creative Writing Club. Wordplay Cafe meets every other week on Mondays, and we have been meeting for several years. And we get together to share writing, to do writing exercises, talk about writing. I have with me today, I have two award-winning writers. They are members of Wordplay Cafe, and they will be the teen leaders in the story camp along with, we do have a couple of other leaders, but this is Sam Fan, and this is Elena Domina. And they are amazing writers in their own right, and they'll be part of Story Week.
Okay. And you've been doing this how long?
About 5 years.
And you too, Sam?
I've been in for 9 years, I think. So
I've been doing 4-H 9 as well, but in writing club for 5.
Yep.
Do you do anything else in 4-H? Because I know that's all encompassing with so many things. It's such a wonderful
I've done
project.
every club at least once.
Okay.
But my favorite so far is the dog training club.
I'm learning.
There are so many clubs in 4-H. It's an incredibly underutilized resource in Pahrump.
My wife tells me that because they were from the East Coast, New Jersey. They're all about horses back there. And she says you should be about horses here too.
There are so many. 4-H offers the Dog Den, which is the leader of that club. Yeah, you can ask Elena all about that. They do amazing work, and the leader of that club is very dedicated, and they even have pool parties for their dogs. There's a shooting sports club, which is also incredibly underutilized. I am surprised, in fact, in a town where people are so passionate about firearms that there are so few kids. And we also there's sewing and livestock, gardening, all of these amazing resources. And I don't know, people just don't hear about it.
No, with the shooting, do you do archery too? Is that part of it?
Yes. In the past we had an archery club, shotgun, and 22 club. We're currently looking for a leader to lead it, although.
Right, there would be an archery club if we had a leader.
It was a very popular club.
It was, yeah.
It was very fun.
Did you go locally, or did you go? There's a place over the mountain going to Las Vegas. There's an archery club up there, but this is local.
Yes, in our 4-H building we had a little shooting area that we safely made, and that is where we held archery club. Yeah, and then we went to one of the several shooting ranges in town to practice our shotgun and what did I say? 22? Yes.
Mm-hmm. But several years it was very competitive. The archery club and the other shooting sports clubs.
One of Elena's brothers won second place in state for shooting.
Yes.
And one of our members placed very high up in archery, right? Mm-hmm. Wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and the times when the club had more attendance and more activity, they were doing great. So there is so much to offer. 4-H has so much to offer, so much good stuff.
So I'm sitting here. What do you have to do to get more involved in that? I know this is the season for politics. They're all jumping in for that. This should be the season for 4-H to have people jump in for that. And that should be year-round, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you have to do?
You just have to call 4-H. That's the phone number on the screen. You can give a call. If you're interested, kids can come to the various clubs to check them out before signing up. And to enroll in 4-H, there's a fee. It's a whole $1. So
Every year.
every year, it's $1 a year. And there's nothing in the world you can go to for $1 a year that offers as much as 4-H does. So you call the number, come to the building, which is on the corner of Calvada and Dandelion, behind the Master Gardeners. It's in that same area there. And also we have a little story walk out in the Master Gardener's garden that Wordplay Cafe, the members of Wordplay Cafe wrote and put up out there. And if you're interested in volunteering for 4-H, it's the same phone number, call the same phone number. We would love to have more kids involved, and we would love to have more adults involved. There's a lot to do and a lot of energy. We had the most amazing spring fling this year. The Leadership Council decorated the building in a circus theme, and we had so many people show. It was so much fun. We have so much fun.
Yeah.
We gotta get the word out there to the folks, because it seems, I know it's extremely wholesome, because there's so many kids that are inside the house just doing this all the time. To go outside and enjoy the environment and help the environment. You would be the first people to do that at your age.
All right, now what we're offering is actually, it's inside, it's not an outdoor activity, but it's in the middle of summer, right in the middle of July. So we are doing a 1-week-long story camp, basically. We're calling it Story Week. It's Teen Story Week for
that's why we're here.
For teens from 13 to 19. And it's going to be from 10 to 2 every day in the week of July 12th. And what we will do is we're going to be working on stories together. We're going to produce a piece of finished work and present that to our family and friends at the end of the week. And while we're working, so we'll learn about how to write, how to construct a story, and how to give each other helpful feedback and useful feedback, how to do some revision. And we will also have some games and some food, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Best part.
That's the best
we don't
part.
say that out loud,
I think that's how we got the idea. We're like, we could just hang out for a week and eat good food and play some games. And
But wouldn't it be great if you could have a finished piece of writing at the end?
Yeah. So I'm really excited about it, and we have these 2 teen leaders, and we also have Brian Zanna, who will be a leader, and potentially Rose Lily Zanna, I believe. So, do you guys want to talk a little bit? Sam, do you want to talk about what you're looking forward to, or what you have learned?
Yeah, sure. So in my time of, I think it's either been 5 or going on 6 years that we have been doing this writing club at 4-H. And I have learned, like when I first joined, I wasn't really that enthusiastic about writing fiction. I wasn't that interested in it, but I've grown a lot over that time. And just by kind of discussing and like with your leadership and talking about story craft and things like that. And so I think this camp it will be a great opportunity to kind of, maybe for people who haven't finished anything in the way of creative writing before, it'll be a great opportunity for them to kind of come together and with a friendly atmosphere, sit down and kind of get their ideas on paper, get their story out there, and then with our help, hopefully refine it and turn it into something that they can be really proud of, that their family can be really proud of.
And the timing of this is such that we'll be able to submit those finished pieces of work, if people would like to, at the 4-H Expo and also at the Pahrump Fall Festival. Elena, what have you learned, or what are you looking forward to?
In all of my 5 years at creative writing, when I started, I really, really did hate just writing. I hated sitting there and writing my own stories, getting my own ideas on paper. But through Miss Robbins' help, guidance, and Sam's very friendly commentary, I actually started to enjoy my own writing and found it as just something fun to do when I was bored. Now for Story Week, I'm excited to see that change happen in other kids my age or younger and above, because it really has impacted me as a person, I'd say.
Wonderful. So we are looking forward to telling some stories. And one of the things I like to say in a nutshell is read, write, rule the world. I mean, you might not like how real life is, but you have to deal with it and accept it. In fiction, especially, you rule the world. You get to make the world whatever you want to be. You're the master of your own universe. So if you want to come to Story Week and create your own world and rule your own world and build a story and have fun doing it with other people who are also excited about writing and excited to have you there, I hope that Story Week is a good place to do it. It'll be nice and cool. You can beat the heat. And we are looking forward to it.
Kids are quite literate. It's great to just listen to them. Yeah,
Thank you.
It's proud to have you here in Pahrump. Yes. And you're an accomplished author, and you've been writing for the Pahrump Valley Times and also what was the one in California?
The In Your Register?
Yes. You've been doing that for years. You have deadlines with that, and you do different writing too, so you're the perfect coach for the kids too. So.
And we'll have some guest authors as well.
Yes.
Other writers who will come in and share some of their knowledge and experience and encouragement, and help us maybe even with the editing process. And yeah. So we really hope that we can encourage some other teenagers to come and join in with us and just have a lot of fun.
So what do they have to do? They have to call that number?
They have to call that number. There's also on the flyer, or you can look us up at Southern Nye 4-H on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
You can call the number that was on the screen. But if you go to the Facebook and find the flyer, there's a clickable link that you can actually just go to and register for the event. But if you can't find that, write down the number that's on the screen, or just look up, Pahrump 4-H online and call. And our fearless coordinator, Jamie, will make sure that everything gets taken care of.
Well, thank you, Elena, Sam, and definitely you, Robin, good friend that you are. And we thank you for visiting with us. And we'll see you next week, and maybe we'll see you at the camp.
Thank you for having us on.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Community Viewpoint is at home this week. I'm at my location due to unforeseen circumstances. Well, we'll see how this works. We used to do this in the past, and we'll see how this works again. So once again, I'm John Pollock, your host for this segment. I have with me today is Kevin Hickey from the Homeowners Program Manager. He's with Nevada Rural Housing. So welcome, Kevin. And I think what you'd say is about 1.5 years since we were together last time with another subject that you were explaining to us about. We're going to be talking today about, I'm reading this so I look intelligent, about the Nevada Rural Housing. Its mission is to promote, provide, and finance affordable housing opportunities for all rural Nevadans. Nevada Rural Housing does this through home ownership programs, rental services, community development initiatives, and a weatherization program. Nevada Rural Housing serves Nevada's 15 rural counties, there's a lot of them, and the rural portions of Clark and Washoe counties, a coverage area of 110,000 square miles and home to more than 1.3 million Nevadans. For more information, we'll talk about that later. But from what I remember when I worked for the Yucca Mountain Project, the government owns like 97% of the property in the state to begin with. So everything else is rural besides a couple of small areas. So welcome.
Great.
That's what you're here for. And if you want to,
thank you, John.
yeah. So, what is it again, and what defines rural? Pahrump is
so defining rural, right? You think of geography as rural,
Yeah.
right? But for us, it's determined by population. So any tax district is the literal geographic space we look at. Any tax district with a population below 150,000 people is considered rural. So of course, Pahrump and all of Nye County is rural. And in fact, the majority of the state is. Of course, the cities of Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, Henderson, and Reno up north are above that population cap. But there are places right even in the middle of Las Vegas, if you're familiar with Winchester or Whitney, which is out by Henderson, those are considered rural because their population's below 150,000, even though they are in a very urban area. So
Oh,
rural to us is 150,000 people or less.
okay. Oh, excellent. So what are some of the ownership programs that the Nevada Rural Housing offers?
Thank you for that question. We are excited to announce we have a brand new homeownership program called Launchpad. It is a program that is available on government loans. So we're talking FHA, VA, and USDA loans. And it provides a 4% down payment assistance that can also be used toward closing costs. And it comes with a super great mortgage interest rate of 6.17, which is well below market right now. And then when you add in that 4% down payment assistance, it's a really phenomenal program. It is for first-time buyers only, which means you haven't owned in the last 3 years. So it doesn't mean you've never owned. It just means you haven't owned in the last 3 years.
Really?
And
Okay.
if you are a qualified veteran or purchasing in a targeted area, that first-time buyer requirement is waived. And there are targeted areas right in and around Pahrump, the northern part of Pahrump up into toward 95 is mostly targeted areas. So there is opportunity for non-first-time buyers to purchase in those areas as well.
We talked prior to taping about what is the minimum credit score to qualify?
Yeah, so 640 is the minimum credit score for all of our programs. And with a maximum debt to income ratio of 45% on government loans. And that's something that's kind of harder for borrowers to figure out on their own. That's really where your lender steps in and helps figure that out.
Right.
But you're right. The credit score is the one that most people will know. And 640 is the minimum. If you're purchasing a manufactured home, the minimum there is 680.
Okay. Barn dominiums, the pole houses, are those a little bit different too?
Those are eligible and they still follow under conventional. So it would be, when I say conventional credit. So it would be a 640 as well.
Okay, great. That's what I was led to believe, and I just wanted to hear that from somebody else too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're becoming more and more popular too.
Yes, yeah, that's why I asked, because that may be in my future, in the near future. So what about the education it says here? What kind of education do we have?
Yes, so we do
I've
require
looked,
home buyer education.
I'm sorry, I looked online and I've been
No,
overwhelmed with what I've been reading also. So, please tell us what's not too much to read.
yeah. Yeah, that's great. We do require homebuyer education because we want our home buyers to be familiar with the process as they go through it, and hopefully be more comfortable with it. But then also be prepared once they have that mortgage and own that home, all the ins and outs and what it takes to really be a successful homeowner. So we provide that education free of charge on our website. So there's, and it's because it's self-paced, self-guided, it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it satisfies that requirement for all of our programs. So it's homeatlasteducation.org is the direct URL to get there. And again, it's education that's provided free of charge. So folks can take it anytime. And once you do take it, the certificate that you get with it is good for up to a year. So you wouldn't have to repeat the class. Let's just say you took it today and you were looking to buy 6 months from now, that certificate would still be good.
6 months. Okay. In the Pahrump area,
So, yeah, 12 months total for the certificate, yeah.
Okay. So what has been happening in our area here in Pahrump? Has this been getting out to the public, or is this still too new to get out to the
It
public?
has. As a matter of fact, our very first Yeah, our very first Launchpad loan was for property in Pahrump. So we have a group of very active lenders locally right there in Pahrump that have done a great job of getting this new program out to buyers. Also, our previous programs, folks may remember the last time I was on the show, I talked about our Buy and Nye program. That was a huge success and completed in November. And we still have other programs too, the Home Means Nevada program. And then, of course, our Legacy Home at Last program, which is the one that's been around since 2006. And the great thing to point out with those programs is that they all have a little bit different income limits and purchase price limits, just depending on the funding source for the program. So the Home at Last program has an income limit of up to 165,000. So that provides a lot of flexibility for folks who may make more than what the other programs allow. But for those who do qualify, the Home Means Nevada and new Launchpad programs are phenomenal. And I can just tell you here in Nye County, the income limit for Launchpad is 92,300 for a family of 1 to 2 people.
Okay.
And a family of 3 or more is $106,145. So it's a decent sized income that will allow you to qualify for the program and get that great benefit of the low rate with that 4% assistance.
So you answered in the beginning my big question. Like, we're explaining this to the people here. I don't know if you've gone out to the Pahrump Valley Times yet or not to promote it that way, but the realtors have this information too, right?
Right. So we do have a lender resource page on our website that provides that information to them. And we have worked with, we have several realtors in the Pahrump area that have taken our course. They're not required to take it, but we often encourage them to do so because it just provides a high overview of the program and what's available with them. And then, of course, a lot of those local realtors also work with some of the mortgage advisors, loan officers that are right there in Pahrump too. So they really do make a great team to help folks in the Pahrump area purchase a home, knowing they have all the information out there for the programs.
So either this way, or I don't want to sound negative or anything, but sometimes this information is spoon fed to the people here too. We have the ability to be given to us when we're looking for homes, looking for some place for our family. The realtors know about it, and
Right.
they'll make a sale too, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything that can help. As you mentioned in the beginning, our mission is to provide affordable housing opportunities. And one way we can do that is by offering these programs that not only provide the down payment assistance, which is a huge hurdle for folks that are looking to purchase a home or ready to purchase a home, but may not be able to come up with that down payment. The program provides that. And then on top of it, the access to affordable credit. We talk about that 6.17% interest rate on the new Launchpad program, and that's about a point below market. And when I say point below market, market doesn't come with 4% down payment assistance. So you're getting this amazing rate plus 4% in down payment and closing cost assistance. So it's a great program at, I think, just the right time, because it's been so challenging with rising home prices and interest rates that have stayed stubbornly high.
And I remember how important all these things were when I was younger, looking for homes. Now I've been in this home for 25 years. So there's a little bit of equity in here too. And I've been just this is all new to me. And I'm relearning all the little tips that I had back when. Yes. So is there anything else we should know before?
You're right. Well, you kind of bring up a good point there in mentioning that you're trying to remember all the little tips and things. And that's where we really do rely on our local network of lenders and real estate professionals, because
that's what
it's impossible as the home buyer to know all there is to know about the process. It's just too much. It's just overwhelming. And we want to make that process as simple as it can be. Not saying that it is simple at all, because it's not, but we want it to be as easy as it can be. And having that team of people behind you, which includes local loan officers and real estate professionals, is super helpful, because they're the ones that walk you through the entire process, which brings up another point. If folks are interested in using one of our homeownership programs, there's no application with Nevada Rule. It's all done with your local lender. They walk you through the process from pre-qualification to closing the whole way. So we provide that home buyer education, and that's really the only direct involvement with Nevada Rule. The rest is done through your local loan officer. So it adds another layer of simplicity there, because you're not having to create another application and go through that with us and the loan officer. So we try to make it as easy as possible.
Yes. Well, every little bit helps, and I appreciate your help with getting the word out through this avenue. So we have the newsprint, possibly we have radio, we have this too right here. Oh, and there's the internet, where
Yeah.
you can be overbearing or overburdened with the information you pull off of that. What's the best site for pulling the information for you off of the internet?
So buyrulenv.org is the direct URL to all of our homeownership programs. So that's BUY RURALNV.org. So buyrulenv.org.
Make sure that they put that on the bottom of the screen when this goes up to be broadcast. Well, thank you. I think we're just about out of time. It went quicker than I thought it would. It's bringing.
All right.
I've got flashbacks of what it was like getting homes and when I was younger, and I'm glad I don't have to do it now. So, and I've been happy where I am with the interest rate that I have, and it took me a long time. And this helps other people that are starting out in this time and place in the rurals. So I want to thank you, Kevin, for stopping by. And hopefully we'll see you again. Let's see, it was a year and a half last time. We'll see you another year and a half. We'll see if I'm still around. So.
Maybe sooner.
Yes.
We'll see.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it, John.
All right. Thank you, folks, for watching. And we'll see you next time. And